BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of This Dope Cooking Show. I'm your host, Chef Jeff, and if you are here, then you heard that I, Chef Jeff, has a cooking show called This Dope Cooking Show every Tuesday, 5:30 without fail. Hey, we've been doing this thing for a minute, so if you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. We're gonna get you cooking. So check it out. I've been wanting to figure out the best way to incorporate some things in my life as far as more vegetables, right? And sometimes I always have this hankering for a place called Panda Express, all right? Panda Express is like your quick Asian fusion. It's your quick Asian restaurant, right? Like they got a drive-through and everything, okay? So, every once in a while I go by there, you know what I'm saying? I get super greens. Super greens is a mixture of cabbage, kale, and broccoli. And they never have it. I'm talking about every time I go in, I gotta wait. It's never a quick in and out. You know what I mean? Like, it's best to place your order online if you're trying to go there, because if not, you're gonna be waiting, right? Especially if you want super greens or double super greens. Well, today we're gonna learn how to make super greens ourselves so we can have it at home. A healthy mix to go with chicken, beef, whatever you want, right? Our sauce is gonna include teriyaki sauce, which we're gonna make from scratch. I'm gonna show you how to make some. That way you never got to worry about having it or not, right? And then we're gonna top it with some chicken. So we're gonna do some chicken and super greens with a teriyaki sauce. That's what we have today. So I'm gonna get set up. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. This dope cooking show with our Panda Express, my bad. Panda Express knockoff of super greens, chicken, and teriyaki sauce. So we're gonna start with our broccoli. So I got me a new knife, y'all. Check me out. Yeah, ready. So we're gonna cut our broccoli, right? But we want to keep them kind of big. I don't want to. Sometimes they give you big old pieces like this. I don't want that big, right? So we're just gonna cut some little small pieces off. We may not use this whole thing, but we might. Let's see. Anyway, what y'all been up to? So, all right, what's been going on? Of course, we've been in this. We got this crazy, fight over the ballroom. Everything is aimed at the ballroom. What y'all feel about that? I think it's crazy. Anyway, and all of these different fake assassination attempts is what I call it. It is what it is. I just think somebody need to catch on, right? What y'all watching? The big talk around town now is the show called The Crash. I don't know if you watched that, but it's about a girl that ran her car into a building at 100 miles an hour and killed her boyfriend and his best friend. Right. So there's several different documentaries on it. Right. So there's one on Netflix, which is the big one, causing all of the controversy. But there's another two on Hulu. One is called Mean Girl Murders, and the other one is called I forget the name of it. But anyway, it's a documentary about the same case, right? And each one of these documentaries gives you something different, gives you another perspective to look at, gives you another way of thinking about it, right? And then on Tubi, it's called Dr. Insanity. I think it's season 2, episode 4. It talks about the case too, in depth, with things that they left out in the other documentaries, which me personally, I find all this amazing because all these different points of views, it's crazy. It's hilarious, but I love it. But if you ask me, she did it. I've been driving a long time, and I've had some situations where I could not control the vehicle. I've had situations where I was in total control of the vehicle, and I knew exactly what I was doing. And this just looks like one of those times where, this was planned, especially um, taking a route 3 days before. When they pulled the computer from the car was accelerating all the way until it wasn't. So the brakes were never used. It's something. It's something. These true crime documentaries be having me in a chokehold. I ain't gonna even lie. I love watching, especially ones on like religion and like hearing people that like sometimes I've come across people that used to, claim these religions or follow these people. And you're like, hey, well, what's up with your boy? What was going on? So I kind of I enjoy them. That was something that me and Doc got into together. We would turn on some true crime and chill. That was our weekend. Turn on a true crime documentary and just chill our weekend. So I went ahead and used this whole head of broccoli, crown of broccoli rather. I like the broccoli, and then I'm gonna show y'all how we gonna cook it all. Okay, so we're gonna flash fry this, but we're going to put it in our makeshift steamer. What that is kind of like a double boiler, which became my pot set, right? And that's how I cook my broccoli. Put it in there and let it steam for a little bit, and then, I do whatever I want to because then it becomes pliable. It's not all the way cooked, but it's not firm either. So this, you want to put it in there for just a little bit, and then we're gonna make it, mix it with everything else. Also on Netflix, I've been watching this show called Nemesis. Oh man! So apparently, the person that wrote and directed this, the same lady that was part of Power, the Power franchise, and she left there doing the Power shows and went to Netflix. And baby, when I say it's one for the books, I like the little show. I ain't even front. I really do. Okay, so I asked the guy to get me kale that was on the stem, so I could have bigger leaves of kale, right? But this is what they bought me. So this is what we're gonna work with. We're gonna work with this right here. So we're gonna get another bowl out. So make sure you check for your stems if you don't like those. I'm not a stem person, right? So I don't want no stems in my stuff. Okay? Don't want no stems. All right. So we got a bowl of kale, which will shrink down, sort of like spinach. We'll keep this over here. We're gonna keep a lot of it. It looks like a lot, but once it cooked down, it won't be. It won't be. And then it cut it real small too. It's not what I'm going for here, guys. Kale from your local store. I get Walmart Market. Word to the wise, get the kale that is on the stem still. A lot of us chefs use it for decoration, for our displays and things like that. But kale is good. Kale is good for you. You can take that, wash it, and sprinkle salt and pepper on it and make kale chips. Oh yeah, that was free game. That was free game for y'all today. The summer has started, y'all. The summer has started. Kids is out of school. And man, when I told them kids they were going to summer school and they lost it. Oh, the tears, honey, all of the tears. But I had to tell them, like, look, y'all ain't finna be eating us out of house home all summer. All three of them home. Zeke, my college kid is back. She done with school, so to speak. So real proud of her. My boys, all of them, A students, AB honor roll, A honor roll. You know, finna ask for some smarter kids, but I mean, them stomachs smart too, honey. They be eating. All right, so we're gonna do some cabbage, right? I'm not gonna use the whole thing. I'm just gonna use some of it. Man, this was a hefty one too. My knife ain't as sharp as they say it is. I'm lying. Should have cut it at a different angle. It's all good. All right, so always core your cabbage. Won't need that. Get rid of that guy. And so we're gonna keep our cabbage kind of chunky, right? I'm gonna use some big chunks of cabbage. I don't like the way that look. I don't need them. All right. Keep the cabbage kind of chunky, right? This is a really good side to get at that Panda Express place. I really like getting it. I just hate having to wait for it every time. So I'm getting to the point now where the things I like, I'm gonna learn how to cook them at home. I go through my cabbage. If it's anything look like that, I get rid of it. No roundness in my stuff. I'm just getting to the point where if I like it, if somebody want to eat again, I'll figure out what's in it. I'll make it at home. It's just easier that way because I can, cook it to my palate. Also, it'll be consistent. A lot of places you go to sometimes are not consistent with what they're making. You get a good one week, and the next week is something totally different because whoever was in the kitchen that day ain't there, right? Crazy, I know. So I have to kind of watch myself because I be taking on all kind of little pieces of recipes and trying to put stuff together. So sometimes I can do too much, right? And it's a Chef Jeff thing. It's not really nobody else, just me, how I am. So yeah, we're cutting our cabbage in chunks. We're gonna do this. Wash it all, right? Gotta wash the stuff. Wash your vegetables. Pray over your groceries. All that. And then once we do that, we're going to work on our chicken. Okay, work on our chicken. Call your friends. Tell them to tune in. We're cooking. We're making Panda Express. So okay, I keep getting tongue tied. Panda Express is the chain, right? Where I live, there's a place called Panda Delight that does St. Louis style fried rice. It's not. It's. I mean, you never know. You never, unless you know me or somebody else here in the DFW area that can do it. You're never gonna get. You're never gonna get what you know what I mean. That home style taste. You're not gonna get it. I knew a guy that was going back and picking it up and coming back and selling it for a while. I think he has since changed and started doing something totally different as well. But you're just not gonna get that unless you watch enough videos and you've gotten into it. So I've um, essentially, I have gone a little step further to learn, other things that you can possibly add to the rice to give it a more authentic flavor. I said I was gonna do another episode on that, but I'm not 100% sure. So we'll see. But okay, so we got our cabbage, we got our broccoli, and we got our kale ready to go, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wash all of this, rinse it off, let it dry, and then we're gonna work on our chicken, our teriyaki sauce. All right, we got some chicken breasts. We're gonna cut them up. We'll come back, cut them. I'll show you how we're gonna do the chicken breasts. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. This dope cooking show, and we are making Panda Express super greens and grilled chicken with teriyaki sauce. That's what we're making. That's what we're making today. All right. I love this new knife that I got because it is so sharp. Yes, indeed. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. So we're just gonna kind of chunk this. We're not gonna get too crazy with it, right? So they do grilled thighs. I am not a fan of thighs, but I'm learning that they are a pretty, if you cook them right, they can be all right. Right? You can still do everything you can do with them as you can do with chicken breasts. I just have been so accustomed to the thighs all this time that, you know, I mean, the breast all this time that, I get to the thighs, it's like, oh, no. But here's of lately, I have been challenged to kind of be open about my menu and things on the menu. And so at work, we even use chicken thighs like regular basis. No problem. Anyway, but today we got these old chicken breasts. Okay, I'm gonna use, and so I'm only probably gonna do two of them. One for me, enough for me and Doc to have probably a little lunch off of. Shout out to Doc. She is still on her fitness journey. She has dedicated her life to fitness, honey, and she is on it. I'm talking about to the gym every day. Just not letting up. My schedule has not opened up for me to get back in the gym just as yet. I'm getting there though. I'm getting there. It's gonna be a struggle. But so my thing is, I like to go to the gym in the morning, like in the daytime. I don't want to go to the gym at night. Nah, I don't want to get off work and go to the gym. I put on my feet all day, right? My feet hurt. I want to sit down. I actually want to take a nap. So we gonna. I mean, I got to get back in there, right? Because there's some things I've noticed that I can't do. After you know having dealing with my health, and I learned that some of the muscle mass that I had, I've lost. So I got to get that back. Yeah, because that's affecting how I be working. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, learn that. Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in on my recall episode. Y'all seem to be really intrigued and enlightened about that. There's a video going around with a guy holding a piece of salmon at Target. That is AI. I don't know how much of what he's saying is facts, but nowhere in no Target is they gonna let you hold a piece of fish and make a video. Sorry, it's not gonna happen. So you got to be careful with what is AI and what is not, guys, with these videos with people, right? Because I'm telling you, the AI stuff looks so real. You're like, well, what? Wait a minute, I know. No, that is AI. And so you have to pay attention to things like mannerisms, right? Background, how fluid the picture is, or whatever. If they blink, all those different things. Those are all things you got to take in consideration with AI and what's happening as of right. What's going on in the world. Because I'm tell you, I saw a picture and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting it. And it was AI. Well, I'm not getting anything. So I was just like, man, this sucks. Anyway, yes, that is not, I wouldn't trust that guy. I don't know him, but all his videos look the same and he got a whistle. Most people I know don't really talk with a whistle. So, to each is their own. To each is their own. On this chicken, we are going to just keep it simple, right? Season it, salt and pepper, right? You can add a little ginger if you want to. That's up to you. I'm not. I'm gonna kind of keep it kind of pure, to the point, kind of basic flavor. And we're gonna let the other flavors of the teriyaki sauce and all that take over. Okay. So we're gonna get over here to our stove. We're gonna cook our chicken off, and then we're gonna start cooking off some of these vegetables, steaming them, getting them ready to flash fry. And we're gonna make our teriyaki sauce, and we're gonna be ready to grub. Okay, guys, we are back. This dope cooking show. We got our over here at the stove. We got everything getting ready to do what it does, right? So this is the double boiler steamer thing situation I was talking about. So inside here is just a little grate, and I can put my broccoli in, let it cook. I'm gonna put my cabbage in and my broccoli in the same situation. All right, we're gonna leave the kale for at the end, and then over here I got my little skillet heating up so we can do our chicken at the same time. Yeah, we're gonna multitask it. All right, so going with our cabbage on one side. I said we just want a little bit of steam on that. We want to not too much. I want to steam too much, so we're gonna put that out there. Boom, got that in there going. Get a little steam on the cabbage, just a little bit, right? You could blanch it if you want, but I find that this way you can do this a little quicker. No, not that I'm in a rush or anything, but every time you blanch, you got to change the water, right? So I just do it this way because you're gonna fry it at the end anyway. You're gonna flash fry it, right? You're gonna flash fry that thing, and so just wanted to be a little tender already. And now, for our chicken, we just got a little olive oil in the pan, of course, some seasoning, right? And that's it. You're gonna let that cook, do its thing. So why I did both of them at the same time, you could definitely do these steps one at a time if you want. Totally up to you. I just knock it out, and no particular thing. I'm already over here. Do both of them right. Do them, knock them out, do them both at the same time. So let's check on our cabbage, right? Turn it over a couple of times. Make sure all of it gets coated with the steam. Yep. So next time we'll be able to pull that out. This ready. That's it. That's it. You know, we got our everything steaming, everything working. Got our chicken going. Like I said, we seasoned it with salt and pepper. We kept that simple. That's that. We're gonna make it do what it do. So we are, let's check this cabbage one more time. I think you probably pull that out and go in with our broccoli. Let's see. So yeah, our cabbage is getting steamed. It's getting a vibrant, bright color, right? You know, at first it was a little dull. That's what we want with some bright colors. That's what the steaming and the blanching does, brings that brightness out, right? We didn't want to cook this the whole way because, like I said, we're gonna flash fry it later. So that's how we're gonna do on that. Take this off. Then we put our broccoli in next. See, we ready to go. And keep in mind it's gonna continue to cook too while you sitting in that bowl. So that's why you don't want to let it cook too long. All right. Now going with our broccoli. See how fast it's happening? Our chicken a good shape. Oh yeah, knocking it out. Whole process. So for our teriyaki sauce, we're gonna make it from scratch. What does teriyaki sauce consist of? It consists of low sodium or regular soy sauce, ginger powder. Well, mine. Here's my recipe: ginger powder, garlic powder, soy sauce, brown sugar, and a little honey, all in a pot. Mix it up, let it cook down, reduce. Boom, you got your homemade teriyaki sauce right there. You can just skimp out and buy it at the store, but I mean, ain't nothing like making your own. And so for the health conscious people, low sodium soy sauce is the best, right? We're gonna keep it like that. Low sodium soy sauce is the best for anybody that's on the health journey, right? Because people be on health journey. If you are on a health journey, that is the one you're gonna want to use. That's the one you're gonna want to use. All right, put a little bit more. So I like this little pan because it cooks fast. You set it on low heat, and because it's thin, right? It's a shallow pan. So because it's thin, it cooks quick. A shallow bottom pan, excuse me. It's a shallow bottom pan, and it cooks faster. So we get in now. Hey, did y'all see Dr. Brian turn real unlike herself on the interview she was with? She was cussing and going on. I said, ooh, okay then. And so as you see, our broccoli didn't take long, right? Look how green that broccoli is. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that broccoli. And see, that's that. So we got our two main ingredients of our super greens done. The broccoli and the cabbage. We got those knocked out. Working on our chicken. And since we got a little time, let's go ahead and do the kale too. The kale over in there. You do be reminded, the kale can cook down. It's like spinach, right? So you got to keep an eye on that for sure. Definitely want to keep an eye on that for sure. I love doing that. I love doing that. That's what I was saying. Kale cook down. You won't leave that in there too long. Look how bright that is. Woo. How bright that kale is. There we go. We got all three ingredients of our super greens made. So we can pull this guy off of the stove. Let him cool down and pull him off. Uh-oh, chickens got out. They're running away. Chicken running away. Okay, guys, we're gonna let the chicken finish up, and then we're gonna come back with our uh, teriyaki sauce. We're gonna knock that out. Then we're gonna put it all together, and we're gonna have a good old meal here. Be right back. Okay, let's go with our teriyaki sauce. So here, this is what we're gonna do. We'll start with a cup of soy sauce. Cup of soy sauce. Go with a little sprinkle of ginger, ground ginger, a little bit of garlic powder, granulated garlic. And then we're gonna go about a half a cup of brown sugar. I use light brown sugar. You can use dark. I mean, you can use the regular brown sugar, but I tend to like this one, right? My pot was already hot, so that soy sauce gonna start to boil fairly quickly, right? And that's okay. It's gonna cook that sugar down. We're gonna whisk it, and this is one of those things you gotta taste as you go, right? You can't like throw all this in there and then boom, it's over. You gotta taste it as you go. Keep your heat low, all right? So that way you can move around that guy how you need to. Now it's up to you if you want it to be a loose sauce or a thick sauce, right? I like my teriyaki a little stiff. So what we do to that is you're gonna bring that teriyaki sauce to a medium boil, right? Then you're gonna add some cornstarch. This cornstarch is gonna be the cornstarch is gonna be your thickener, right? But before you do all of that, you want to make sure that your sauce is what you want it to be, right? You gotta make sure it's where you want it to be. And so because I like mine sweet and I ain't got that much brown sugar left, I'm gonna put all that in there. Put all in there. And it's one of those things as you go, you add more soy sauce, you add more brown sugar until you get to the point where you want it to be, right? Now, some notable things you can add in here. You can add some cayenne pepper, pepper flakes, if you want. I'm just not a peppery person, so if I don't have to use it, I'm not. This is one of those things. All right. So once your teriyaki sauce base, and this is our base here, right? Taste it. Yeah, that's what we wanted to be right there. That's what we wanted to be. Right. So now we're gonna add a little bit of cornstarch to some cool water, right? You got hot and you have to use cold to get what you need, right? So we're gonna add a little cornstarch to some water, mix it in real good. Who knew back in the day when we played with cornstarch, this is what was gonna be, this is what we be doing with it. You know what I mean? We used to make slime in school and all that. I remember that. Okay, so you see it's rolling, right? I got to pull it off to the side even still. So now that that's rolling, what we're going to do is we have a cornstarch slurry. This is called a cornstarch slurry. And we're just going to add it in until we get to our desired thickness with the sauce, right? You may not even need a lot, but it's up to you. I like mine to stick to the stuff when I put it on. Whenever I put my teriyaki sauce on, I want it to stick. I want it to stick, baby. Yeah. I say ground ginger if you want or not. Up to you. So I'm gonna let that cool. Let that cool down. We got it to where we want it. So it's still a little, but it's gonna thicken up once it cool down. I promise. So we're gonna let that cool. Our teriyaki sauce is done. So now we're gonna come back and we are gonna flash fry everything together, right? So we're gonna go in with our chicken. We're gonna go in with our cabbage, our broccoli, our kale. We're gonna toss all that, get it real hot and steamy. Then we're gonna put some of this on top of it. See, it's getting thicker as we talk. Look at that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yep, that's what I want. So what will happen is I make mine thick because some of the moisture in the cabbage, the cabbage, the kale, and the broccoli will dilute that sauce, and so it'll be just enough, almost like a glaze. It'll be amazing. So we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we are back. I got that wok out. You see that wisp, little smoke coming off the wok? That means it is ready, and we are ready to do what? Get to it. We're ready to get busy. All right, we got our cabbage, we got our broccoli, and we got our kale. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in first with some broccoli, just because, the broccoli in there, boom. Got our broccoli. We got our cabbage going in. Yep. Last but not least, we got our kale going in. All right. And at this point, you can season if you want, right? It doesn't have to be dry. You can season what you want. Season if you want. So I'm gonna hit it with a little season. Of course, I season everything. Gonna hit it with just a little bit, not too much. Because this is a healthy option there, right? This is one of the healthier options. So you just had a little bit of oil in the bottom. And we just wanted to let it get a little toasty, all right? Now this you can use bok choy if you want. I just stuck with the regular cabbage because, this is what we did. Now, you can add your chicken here or you can do it separately. I chose to do it separately just because I'm me. So this is super green. Boom. And so hit it with teriyaki sauce or not, but that is done. Okay? We're gonna plate us up some. We're gonna have it. We'll be back. What's up, guys? Okay, so we back. Let's check it out. See what we got. Boom. Hey, chicken, broccoli, cabbage, kale, teriyaki sauce. You seen us flash fry it. We topped it with a little red peppers because, I mean, color. You know what I'm saying? So let's get a bite. See what it's looking like. See what we did here. Mm-hmm. I knew it was gonna be good. mm, mm, mm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm. All I can say is it's phenomenal, right? Take your time. Don't be in a rush. You know, this is amazing. Even to myself, I shock myself a little bit because I've had it, I've done it, but you can take the time and let all the flavors come together and top it with the teriyaki sauce. It's a sweet and spicy offset if you use spice right. Um, Sweet and salty with a little spice. So it's sweet and salty because of the teriyaki sauce. If you put peppers in it, that's where you get some of your spice from. I use pepper, just regular pepper, salt and pepper. Kept it simple as far as the seasoning on the veggies, right? You can go further if you want to, but simple seasoning: salt, pepper, garlic, granulated garlic, and ground ginger. Those are the simple seasonings that we use because it didn't need a lot, right? This comes together amazingly. And if you put more teriyaki sauce on the vegetables, you're in for a treat. So look, you was with me, I was with you. This is Dope Cooking Show. Teriyaki chicken with super greens, like they do at Panda Express. We did it at home. You see how easy it was. Hey look, you got any comments, questions, concerns? Hit me in the comments. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you even tried it. Let me know if you tried it with your family. See if it was a hit. I know it's healthy, right? It's a healthy option in rice, brown or white. And then, you know, you can't go wrong with cabbage. Cabbage don't, you know, it's a little source of fiber. Good food, okay? So look, I'm about to eat. I'm gonna catch y'all next week. Peace.